As an instructional designer, I've created a lot, and I mean a lot of videos over the years. If I've learnt one thing, it's that at the heart of a good video, there is purpose. So what is purpose? Well, purpose is made up of two things: who the video is for and what it needs to convey. But before I discuss purpose in more detail, let me not get ahead of myself. To help you create effective learning videos, I've put together a learning design framework that you can use. It uses several well-established and tested theories I've personally used throughout my career, including ADDIE, which can help you to manage the process of creating learning content; Bloom's Taxonomy for creating measurable and active learning objectives; the AGES model of learning, which is a neuroscience-based approach to learning design; and Mayer's multimedia principles to support with video development; and the learning transfer evaluation model to help you measure the impact of the learning experiences you create. If this sounds like a lot, that's because it is. But don't worry, I'll explain everything you need to know as we go. Plus, I've created a checklist as a resource, which you can download and use going forward. A fantastic, tried and tested method for creating learning experiences is called ADDIE. It stands for Analyze, Design, Develop, Implement, and Evaluate. In our framework, this is the overarching process we will be following, with the other theoretical frameworks acting as more practical steps you can use for each part of the ADDIE process. In this video, I'll be focused on analysis. To get going, ask yourself questions like: who needs this training? What do they need to do as a result of this? And are there gaps that need to be filled? Essentially, you're trying to understand what problems your audience faces and how your creation will help solve that problem. For instance, while designing this bootcamp, I was thinking about all the conversations I've had with Colossyan creators and the feedback I've heard from you. I know our audience wants support when it comes to using Colossyan, creating powerful learning experiences, and developing stunning videos. Once you've figured out who your audience is and what they need, you need to set clear learning objectives. These are the goals of the learning experience and will also be what you measure to determine success. We'll discuss that more when we get to the evaluation stage of the ADDIE process. You can use Bloom's taxonomy for this. According to Bloom's taxonomy, there are 6 categories of human knowledge: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. To make learning objectives that work with these, use verbs. For instance, going from remembering through to creating, you might use verbs like define, compare, judge, question, criticize, and solve. So an example of a learning objective at the remembering level is therefore something like define what the ADDIE framework is. For example, here are 2 of the learning objectives I've set for the bootcamp. They need to be as practical as possible for this, so I'll target a higher level Bloom-style learning objective. I've gone with apply the Colossyan framework successfully and publish a video. Ultimately, you want to ensure that whatever your learning objectives are, they're measurable, to ensure they are achievable and have the desired outcomes. But we'll discuss measurement in a different video. As we move through the bootcamp, you'll need to apply what you've learned. So before you move on, download the storyboard template in the resources section. I want you to think about the audience you're serving, understand who they are, and define at least one learning objective for your video. Take a bit of time to get this done, as you'll need it for the next step of the ADDIE process: design. And when you're ready, I'll see you in the next video.